you've been part of this neurological area for many years.
I have.
How big is this project? How would you rate it?
I think this project is about as big as it gets. I mean, it's incredibly challenging. We're trying to do something. I mean, the reason we're doing it is because no one has been able to sort it so far. So obviously, it's very challenging, and it's going to be. And for me, I mean, I've been involved in progressive MS since the early 1980s, so that's quite a long time, 30 years, and I don't think I've ever seen such a big question being addressed. And for me, it's the ultimate question now for MS of this decade, or even this century.
Okay.
So you can't get much bigger than that, because if we could identify targets for neurodegeneration and for repair and really translate that then into very effective treatments, we could transform the world of MS. So it doesn't get any bigger.
What about the timeline, the time perspective?
Well, I was told years ago that never to predict in MS, that it's an unpredictable condition, and that if you try and put timelines, you're inevitably wrong. So I think that's a really very hard one. I would like to see that in the next 5 years we have unblocked some of those blocks, and we have greater insight into some potential targets for progression. Yeah. And then perhaps in the second 5 years, I mean, this is completely off the top of my head, and in the second 5 years to start seeing an explosion of trials in this area.
Just a free guess from you, the vision to stop progressive MS.
Well, when
is it possible?
So I would really like to see a step change in how we treat progressive MS within this decade.
And then actually my final question is, what does it mean for the project that it's an MS society from a small country like Denmark is a contributor?
Well, I think, of course, I must say that Denmark has an extraordinary reputation for a small country in the field of MS. So it's got a very, very high reputation for very high quality research, and so it is desperately important that it sees it as an important question, and that it will participate. And I think it's basically it's leading. It's a pioneer in this. And if Denmark joins by example, I am hopeful that many other countries, large and small, will follow its example and join this alliance.